Let's talk about SAA. Now, Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan is reportedly still confident about SAA's privatization deal, despite a blow-up within the strategic equity partner. In June of 2021, Gordhan announced that the Takatso Consortium would take a 51% stake in SAA. Now, in return, they would invest 3 billion rand in the airline over 2 years. But the deal has dragged, and now Airline veteran Gidon Novick has resigned from the board of Takatso. He says he's concerned about a lack of communication and the ability of the consortium to raise cash. But the majority partner in Takatso Consortium, Harith, says Novick's resignation is appropriate because he's involved in Lift Airline, a competitor to SAA. Well, Novick represented the owner of Lift Global Airlines on the board. Gidon Novick joins us now. He's the former Takatso CEO. Mr. Novick, thank you for being with us. I'm just trying to understand this because Harith is saying that there is this conflict. Maybe it'll be easier to get through the regulators without you, in fact. But wasn't the fact that you were involved with Lift an issue from the start? I mean, you're the co-founder of Lift. Was this not raised as an issue right from the beginning? I'm just trying to understand.
Spot on, Francis. That's been the case from the start. The whole point of us being involved is that we have extensive experience in the industry. We have a phenomenal team of aviation experts, and that really was the rationale for wanting to get involved to make a difference with SAA. SAA has been a struggling entity for decades, sucked up 50 billion of public funds. And really what it needed was two things. The one was skills, which we came with, and the other was capital, which our partners in the consortium were supposed to raise. So, short answer to your question, there's nothing new. Lift has been around for 2 years now, and a little bit strange that would be raised as an issue.
So then what is going on? Is this a ruse? What happened? Was there a breakdown in relationships amongst board members? Is this a personal thing?
I don't think so. I mean, certainly not from our side. We're minority partners in the consortium. For whatever reason, the capital partners got the lion's share of the consortium. And with that, pretty much control of the entire process, the process being concluding a deal to purchase SAA or purchase a majority stake. The challenge we had, and I personally had as a director of the consortium, is that I just didn't get any information in terms of the process itself, the capital raising. Has the money actually been raised? Why is the deal taking so long? And what are the roles and responsibilities going forward? Those were things that certainly I as a director needed to know.
And it is complicated because it does make sense that you can't know everything because you are involved in Lift and SAA would be a competitor. So that's the argument presented by Harith. Is there some truth to that? They're also saying that you haven't been involved, in fact, for a very long time.
Yeah, well, that's because we've had no information. But just to be clear, in terms of any potential conflict, as you rightly said, this was the case from the very start that we were involved and had an involvement in Lift. We certainly would never have wanted to have any information relating to SAA. It's not necessary, it's not important. What we would wanted to know, what we do want to know, and what we did want to know was what's happening in this deal. Is this deal going ahead? What are the hurdles? And is it going to happen? And most, very importantly, has the capital been raised? Because that's a fundamental part of the deal.
Do you think it's going to happen? South Africans also want to know, after this big announcement that finally we had made a decision to bring on private partners, and it was going to happen in 2021 or over several years, but it does seem to have stalled.
Well, the truth is I don't know. I know pretty much what the South African public know. Which is that this thing's taken a long time and is complicated. In fairness, it's a complex deal and can't happen overnight. The other thing that we know is that to turn around an entity like SAA will take tremendous effort, tremendous skills. We believe strongly that those skills are available in South Africa. We have incredible talent right here in this country. We don't need to go and look for talent overseas and international companies and partners. We have the skills right here. And, we certainly have put our hand up and continue to put our hand up. We're still minority shareholders in the consortium. We're available to help in any form or way that we can. We've got the skills. I think Lyft and SAA in many ways are actually quite complementary. So that is something worth exploring, and we'll continue to be available to help.
Yeah. Could this not have been salvaged before you resigned quite publicly, and now it seems like a tit for tat, a bit of a blow up within the consortium? Because you are the talent. You were meant to be the leadership talent to take this forward. Did you just feel that you could not play your part, I guess, without information?
Yeah, basically, Francis, and you're spot on. I mean, taking things into the public domain is often a last resort. Let's sit down, let's discuss. Unfortunately, those options weren't available to us. And I think reputationally, the public perception was that we are the guys, going to run SAA and we running this whole deal, which was not the case. So I think it really was time and maybe overdue for us to come forward and say, actually, this is what's going on. We have no say. We have no information. We want to help, but we can't.
Do you have any comment on the state of SAA right now? Because, obviously government is still the main shareholder and it's flying again. And the chair has suggested that maybe it could survive, even if the deal doesn't go through. Professor John Lamola saying that. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, I don't know the current status. I mean, again, that's the kind of information that we wouldn't have wanted to have. Any proprietary information of that company, it's a separate entity. We have no involvement with SAA at the moment. But what we do know is that with the right skills and the right effort and the right intent and some capital, it can be a great success. And, that's where the focus should be. South Africa needs successful case studies of private companies, local talent, getting involved, getting stuck in, and making a success. We desperately need success in this country. And we have the talent, we have the local talent to achieve it.
All right, we appreciate your time. Gidon Novick, former Takatso CEO.